RTR Mustang that he actually got from Von Gittin Jr.
Yep.
And we're actually out here at Klutchkickers round 3, having fun, having a blast. And I've actually got a few questions for Mr. McFarland himself.
Sweet.
So first of all, I want to say congrats on being a dad.
Thank you.
Honestly, everyone loves that.
Yes, sir.
My first question is, who are you and what are you driving this season?
I'm Cleetus Mcfarland. I'm driving a RTR Mustang, and developed by Von Gittin Jr. and his RTR team, and it's set up for kind of a midway aggressive drift car for today.
Awesome. So how did you start getting into drifting?
I got into drifting because of Adam LZ, and just kind of hanging around him. I wanted to do it a little bit on the side, and then it just kind of grew as I started building cars and trying different types of driving, and then once I got the Freedom Factory, I knew I wanted to drift a lot because it's the perfect place for it.
So what made you want to do Klutchkickers here at the Freedom Factory?
I think Klutchkickers has a really good event, and it's ran by a lot of cool people, and the guys who are driving it are even cooler. So I wanted to just bring such a great vibe of people to my place and just enjoy it with them. So I don't know, we kind of did some drifting competitions, and they were all right. This is next level, so really wanted to work with these guys.
I like that. So my next question for you is, you've seen a lot of Pro 1 drivers, you've seen a lot of grassroots drivers,
Yep.
and you've seen watching Formula Drift, you've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
Which do you think is better, grassroots or Formula Drift?
Well, better, you can look at it a lot of different ways. As far as driving, like cars and the driving, Formula Drift's the highest level, so I think that would be the best as far as drifting. But I mean, for vibes, for having fun, you'd have a lot more fun doing this than you would trying to compete at Formula Drift. So, whatever angle you want to hit it at, different answer.
I like that. So when you first started drifting, what were some of the rookie mistakes that you made?
Using the handbrake too much would certainly be a mistake that I have made and continue to make. I think a lot of people complain that I keep one hand off the steering wheel a lot of times, but that's kind of everyone's taste. I mean, it just depends. I made the mistake of lifting off the throttle and hitting the wall versus if I probably floored it, I would have driven down away from the wall. So, a couple of them.
Okay. So we've seen electric cars, and we've seen them on the drag strip. We've seen the Tesla Model Plaids,
Yeah.
9s, getting close to 8s.
Yep.
And do you think that electric cars are going to start taking over the drift scene soon?
I think it's unlikely that they will soon take over the drifting, if ever, and the same goes for drag racing, because the amount of energy required to make one run is massive, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the amount of energy it takes to make one 8-second pass in a drag car, that could run your house for a day. So I don't know. I guess maybe if the efficiency of batteries and electric cars got better, you could see more of them taking over. But for them to take over, where the hell are they going to get that much power? Are they going to bring it with them in a bunch of batteries? I don't know. But I sure as hell ain't going to be able to supply that much energy to these guys. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to take over soon.
Okay.
Or ever.
It's a pretty big electric bill here. If you ever decide to go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be the big electric. The lights are big.
So for my next question, would you ever blow a motor to win a race?
Oh yeah, 100%. I've already done it.
You've already done it. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
No, I don't lift when there's low oil pressure lights. That's never done that. Never will.
All right. Most interesting drift car you've ever seen?
Most interesting. Most interesting. I want to give you a real answer here. Let me think for a second. Oh, there's a dude who comes to Ford Fest, and he's got a mod motor or Coyote turbo pickup. It's like an old school pickup. I don't know what model truck it is, but it's sick. Look it up, like Ford Fest truck drifting. Maybe you can find a screenshot of it. You'll know it's like rusty looking. That's probably most interesting.
All right. biggest rival?
Biggest rival, like in drifting?
Just
in general?
Just in general.
A rival. I don't know. I mean, no one really does what I do because I compete in a lot of sports. I don't really know. My biggest rival in drag racing is probably James.
Okay.
If there's anyone that I like beating the most, it's probably James. Victor Alvarez. I don't know though. I don't really know if I have like a rival across motorsports.
Okay. All right. Best car you've ever driven?
Oof. I really like the way that Porsches drive. Like I had a 997.2 Turbo S for a long time, and I like that car a lot. If you're thinking like realistic cars though, like a car I'd actually go out and buy right now, I really love my C7. Like I couldn't really I wouldn't feel good cruising around in like a $250,000 street car. I don't have any desire to drive around in a really expensive street car. I like driving around in POSs.
Okay.
So I like to ride around in something that's like rattling, might not start, but it's the fastest thing in the parking lot.
I like that. I like that answer.
So I'd probably go Corvette's my all-time like favorite street car. Crown Victoria is the best car of all time. That's what I'll end with.
So my friend Tim's gonna be happy to hear that you like Crown Vics.
Yeah, I mean there's like 50 right there.
Yeah.
What's up, Sam?
You have time to leave these brakes. How you doing?
How you doing?
Sam, you want to say something to our interview real quick?
I'll be glad to interview. Here's where we are. We're over here now. We're getting ready to bleed the brakes on this fast automobile here. Waiting on one other guy to come with the tools. And that's it.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're ready to make cookies. All right, I'll go check it out.
Yes, sir. And then I've got all the others too that I've done down there. So if anybody else saw it, so.
Good man. Good man. Thanks, Sam.
So how's the rest of your day?
It's been good. I got
Come
a
on.
couple more questions with this fella.
Please no, Ty's bringing us some stuff. We're gonna fix some brakes.
All right, thanks, brother.
All right.
You gotta leave that in.
All
That's
right.
some quality.
I'll leave it in. I'll leave it
quality
in.
content.
All
All right,
right.
what else you got?
I'll start speeding up some questions here. All right. How do you feel about takeovers?
You talking about like where they take over the intersection?
Yes.
Man, I mean, they look really fun. Like, as far as maximum fun, it's basically Cleetus Mcfarland on the street, so I would love to do, like, I think it's probably so fun, but I don't know, I see like a lot of them, like, there's like a shooting at it, or you know what I hate? This really pisses me off, is when something happens and then someone just destroys the guy's car. You ever see that where they're kicking the windows?
Oh yeah.
That's like one reason I don't know if I go, because if one guy like throws a rock at your car and then everyone's just like, yeah, destroy that dude's car.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. So. But they look like they're a lot of fun.
Are you an LS or a Coyote boy?
LS.
LS. All right.
Not that I think Coyotes are bad, but I think LS is better.
Are you more full-sended fun, or are you just cold and calculated?
Oh, I definitely am more on the side of no calculations.
All right.
I can't calculate much. I gotta get in and just do it.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Have you ever been to Australia before?
Yes.
All right. How was it?
It's good.
Good. A lot better than. I'm not gonna say a lot better than here. Go where the cars actually.
For what sport? All sports?
I'd say all sport.
No, the cars are better here.
All right.
I think they have some really high quality builds. One thing I've always noticed is that those guys finish their cars before they bring them out, versus we kind of just like get them running and then bring them out. They finish their interiors the whole night.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about like the sport of burnouts, Australia has better cars. If you're talking about drag racing, we have better cars.
Okay.
As far as drifting, I've never been to a drifting race. They have better sprint boats. sport switches back and forth. I don't know. I imagine we have better drifting. I don't know.
I don't know that fully, but
Really? Do they have a big drift scene over there?
I believe they do. Yes.
Really? Yeah, I guess I have seen some stuff. I watched, I know Mad Mike, but he's from New Zealand, I'm pretty sure.
He's got Eddie Bach Chiefs, also from New Zealand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Now I'm just coming off the top of my head right
Okay.
now. Let's see. How do you feel about Fox bodies?
I love them. I have them.
You have one?
Yeah.
All right. So my stepdad's gonna love that answer. I'll say the Fox body.
Yeah, I like Fox bodies. They're good they can do anything. Drift, drag, burn out, whatever.
I like it. All right. Are you gonna be at Street Food tomorrow?
Yes.
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 Ooh, that means I get to see you again
Yeah.
after this. I think that's gonna conclude our interview. Let's give
Okay.
the folks there a big hell yeah, brother.
Hell
at
yeah,
home.
brother.
All right. It was nice meeting you.
Thanks, dude.
You better keep up this drifting. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Sounds good, buddy.